Is it love after all? The confusing similarities between love and anxiety. Do you have an anxious love gauge? How would you know if you did? After all, a lifelong journey through the tales of folklore or a quick Google search will have you convinced that true love is an actual partnership with anxiety. Take for consideration when you Google what is love, you'll find numerous articles that tell you that love is butterflies, restlessness, sleeplessness. You might feel excitement, heartbeats that are really quick. You might have recurrent thoughts of your partner. These are all symptoms of anxiety as well. So how do you really tell the difference between true love and anxiety? Let's consider the differences. Anxiety versus love. Now, I want you to know, yes, of course, love is a subjective feeling, and every person experiences love differently. However, for an anxious individual, someone who has frequently experienced anxiety in the past or throughout their life, they may experience anxiety within their romantic relationships. So if you notice that you experience any of the following within your relationships, it's extremely important to consider getting help from a professional therapist. So if you experience recurrent and intense distress when anticipating or experiencing separation from your significant other, you might experience persistent worry or fear about losing them to a potential job change, a transfer, a move, to someone else even, to a divorce, a car accident. You may experience persistent worry and fear on a daily basis even about losing your significant other. You may experience persistent worry about the potential of experiencing an event that causes that separation, which may cause hesitation or refusal to go anywhere without your significant other. You may notice that you'll want to stay closer to your partner because this is the only time that you find relief. If separation, and we'll talk about that later, if separation does occur, it's endured with intense emotional distress, persistent fear or reluctance about being alone. You may have difficulty sleeping away from or without your significant other. You may have a strong desire to continuously check on the safety or the whereabouts of your significant other. You may avoid social situations that involve that separation. So if you experience any of the following symptoms when you are away from your significant other, it's extremely important to contact a therapist and get professional help. If you experience headaches, stomach aches, intense heart racing, nausea, vomiting, your chest might be tightened. You may have the social withdrawal, difficulty concentrating, and the reassurance from your partner that you might find you need constant. So the anxious love cycle. If you identified with any of the previous symptoms within your romantic relationships, you may be experiencing anxious love. Anxious love is identified if you experience feelings of anxiety, recurrent thoughts, preoccupation, or obsession, and short periods of happiness, relaxation, and joy within love. So what that means is you may experience occasional periods of happiness, calmness, relaxation, and safety, security feelings. But this is only experienced occasionally. If you experience more symptoms of fear, anxiety, worry, anxiousness, this could be an anxious attachment style. And this is according to Amir Levine and Rachel Heller in their evidence-based and research-backed book, Attached. What is really occurring is a confusion between what is an activated attachment system with love and passion. So furthermore, an activated attachment system is the complete opposite of what we consider gratifying and satisfying love. If you are in search of gratifying and satisfying love, you are in search of true love with security, strength, comfort, calmness, peace, and this does not sound like anxiety at all. So true love is actually meant to be peaceful. So the next time you find yourself feeling anxious, insecure, obsessive, fearful, worried, overwhelmed, distressed within your relationships, tell yourself it is most likely an activated anxious attachment system and potentially not feelings of true love. A therapist can help you find coping mechanisms to handle the periods of separation. So if you experience symptoms of an anxious attachment style, you risk suffering a great deal within your relationships. After all, it is known to be the most sensitive attachment style of them all. You may notice that when your significant other is in the room, that your anxiety actually decreases, and when they are gone, you may notice that your anxiety has increased, and sometimes even to the point that you feel it is destabilizing and downright painful. And I want to make a point that the pain may feel so real, and that's because it is. Studies have shown that the anxious attachment, when a significant other or a lover is unavailable, maybe they're busy, maybe they're not answering their phone or texting, that it can cause significant pain to the point that certain pain regions of the brain are activated exactly the same way as someone who has actually lost a limb. So your pain is real and justified. However, if you lean on the relationship, you potentially cause yourself to reoccur and cause your anxiety to get even more because you're not using other coping mechanisms during this time. So how much and how long you experience this pain is dependent on your reaction, your response, and your coping mechanisms that are used during this time, like I said. Leaning on this relationship continues a cycle of anxiousness, and the pain will be even greater the next time you experience separation from your partner. So love does not have to be this painful. And even when you think that all relationships come with some pain, fear, worry, remember you have the power to eliminate anxiety from the mix. You are here to discover if your love is true or if it's anxiety. The emotions can be similar, as we discussed, and downright confusing, but they don't have to be. You can find clarity and I can help. Together we will review and identify if anxiety is causing distress within your love life and your relationships. Together we will identify your attachment style and work towards forming healthy, happy, secure attachments and pave a path for you to find love without anxiety. So don't wait any longer. Find out if anxiety is holding you back from finding love and happiness. Call my office today. We answer live 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. My phone number is 407-476-1432. Again, my phone number is 407-476-1432. And I look forward to hearing from you and helping you find happiness within your relationships.